Hey, welcome back. Now, the next piece, need to kind of flip over here, there we go, is this bit over here. So, what we're working on now is the space where the door's going to go, and also we're going to work on this piece here, blah blah blah. So, zoom in. First thing I'm going to do is make a couple of new layers. I must do Shift Control N next time, I just keep forgetting to. Okay, now, first things first, I'm going to grab this piece here, like this, and I want to fill it with 70, which is what I've got here. Okay, now, what I want to do next is just reduce the opacity so I can see what I'm doing. Press Control D, and I'm going to hack out these bits, so there to there, and then again here to here. Let's delete. Now if I change my opacity back to 100, you can see what I did there. Press Control D. Now I need to put some delete points in to mark where panels are for this. So easy way of doing it, the eraser, which is on run 1 at the moment. Now I'm going to start here at this kind of piece. Just try and get it as much near the edge as I can. Hold down Shift. Let's come straight across. Same here. Oops, a daisy. Don't want to do it that way. So I'm just going to click out and then do it again. Oops, too high. There we go. Another one there. Make sure it's completely isolated out. Okay, come back a little bit. I want to do a panel just about here, and I'm going to do another one just about here. Okay, and that breaks it up nicely. Next, blending options. Wait a moment or two. Bevel and emboss. Just click OK once I've got this set up. Hang on. No soften. Okay, I'm going to have to use some more delete on this because it's not quite working the way I want it to. That's okay, I'm not strange to using the delete function. Oops, it is, not that far now. And again down here, just click out and use the delete. Okay, now remember we're going to have to put a background behind this, otherwise it's going to be big white gaps all over. So with this one, bring it down, just like that. I'm going to add some panels here, and then darken the other pieces, and then do our rust thing once we've got these bits here finished as well. So what was I doing again? Oh yeah. Go over here. I'm going to take one out in the middle, just right here. So yeah, I'm going for this kind of uniform panelled pattern, because now I've done it once, I want to keep up with it, and that way it makes things look like, there's a style going on and a reason. Wipe that out. Blending options. Over here. There we go. But hello, our pillow emboss isn't working. Click OK. Maybe we can make a new layer via a cut. And now it will, especially if I go over here and do a Shift, Control and N, and make a layer underneath that. There we go. So now we've got this piece up here and this piece down here. I'm not so sure actually about this bevel emboss I've got going on here. Blending options. Bevel and emboss. I think I want to make it slightly less, so I'll say about 100. There we go. Click OK. And I should probably move that up just a tiny bit. Not too much. Ooh, look how full. There we go. Right, we can do Control J. Shift. Do some moving. I'm not happy with the way this has gone actually, so I'm going to go back until we don't have this anymore. Then I'm going to create the layers first. Layer, new, layer, okay, and again. You see, this is what I was telling you about, and why we're putting these layers here, which is what I forgot about. Blending options. Yeah, nice pillow. Depth on it. Like that. Okay, now if I do a Control J after I use the select and move to create a new thing. There we go. Alright, now we need to do something down here. So I'm going to make a new layer and another new layer. I know I create a lot of layers, however they are necessary. Now down here, there. And yes, I could use the ruler. No, I'm not. Don't ask why. Okay, just about there. Okay, use our painting tool. Now I'm going to grab this bevel and emboss here. I'll just dump it on this. Grow. Work down here. There we go. Or bevel and emboss. Now Control J, and I'm going to hold down Shift. Another Control J. Another one over there. Now in here I can put some little rivets and things if I want to, because we haven't done any rivets yet, and rivets are very similar to using a panel emboss, so I'm just going to jump in a bit more. And let me see, we should probably collapse these down now so they're out of the way. So if we come down to here and start doing some collapsing. Okay, I think that's it for our layers. Yep. Now I'm going to do a couple of new layers and just use our circle elliptical marquee tool. Just going to drag out a little round rivet there. And in there I'm going to go to our blending options, bevel and emboss, so let's set up a nice, and let's see, change this to 2 pixels. Now you know you're not seeing anything there, that's okay, by the power of magic. I'm just going to draw in there now. Paintbrush, and oh, there it is. Just there, you see. One rivet head. Now if I use Control J, oh look, there's another one. Control J again. And again. Control J. Move up a bit. Control J. Control J. And over here. There we go. Okay, pull out. Now you see we've got our rivets in place on our panels. Ooh, looks very classy. Okay, so collapse it down. From the bottom upwards, remember, not the other way around. Okay, so we've got all these collapsed down to this one layer now. Bring it down again, just Control E. Okay, now we can bring this down one more time, and that's now part of this piece. Now we want to do these pieces on the inside here, and these are quite basic, primitive little pieces. We don't have to do too much with them. So, just using our magical marquee tool, magical lasso select tool rather, or polygon select tool, whatever the hell we call it this week. Just going to go around the outside of our selection box, not the inside. Okay, that's one. And this will be two. So if my voice seems quiet sometimes when I'm recording, it's because I've got my head really close to. And I should have used this like I was just talking about. Never mind, just do it now. This is additive selection. I had it on just normal select mode, which is no bloody good whatsoever. There we go. Okay, now using my paintbrush tool, I need to drop down to 70. This is the standard colour we're using for normal things that aren't inset panels. Just do that. I don't want to put any panel edges around it because this is just a plain piece, so we can go straight on now to our burn tool. Press Ctrl D and just make sure we can burn it properly. Okay, let's go around now and do our edge highlighting. There we go. There we are. Just being careful to kind of add them where we need them. Over here, be added all around the edges again, and definitely around these rivets where they'll collect dust and dirt and crap, while the inside's left nice and clean. There and there, straight down. You can see how it adds depth and dimension to something that otherwise doesn't have any, yeah? And again, over here. So keeping the highlights in the middle safe. There we are. And across. And there. We'll do the same over here. Darken it down a bit more. I like the nice straight clean edges we're getting as well. Same again over here. Just darkening it up a bit. Okay, now we're going to do some pass-through lines again. Remember how we've done those before. Just makes it look like, you know, wear and tear perhaps from the engines of the escape capsules or whatever that have been used before. Maybe when they're not being used as escape capsules, they're used as demarcation areas, who knows. Maybe they have drills. Remember, these pieces aren't going in the same direction, so I'll just work something different for them. Alright, now back over to red rust, and I'm going to just grab a decent sized piece. It's not a rectangular marquee from over here for a change. There's a really nice piece there that I quite like the look of. Control C. Later on I'm going to invert our piece of red rust, just not yet. Okay, now over here. Love that line coming down. We change our opacity to 50%. Change this to dissolve. No, darken. Yes. Oh, I love that. Now, I'm going to go and select this piece here. Control I. No, wrong one. Control Shift I. Delete to get rid of the surrounding bits. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And just putting a new layer underneath here. And just collapse it down. Ooh, no, didn't like that. Put a layer on top of it as well. There we go. Okay, now the last thing I want to do is go behind these and just darken up these little pieces here, just a tiny bit. So, if I just Control E, ew. There we are. Just bring this down to one layer here. I'm going to use my draw tool on the underside here, so I'm going to make a new layer and just bring my brush right down a bit. Oops. Hang on. Get rid of that piece. Now I'm going to do a Shift Control I, so the only bit selected inside here. And then I'm just going to go here, here. Notice I'm just drawing behind. We're going around the edge a little bit. I know it's rough. What I like is the fact that you can see the kind of rust as I'm drawing it in, which is pretty cool. There you go. Now down here, make a new layer, and then I'm going to collapse it all down until it fits into this piece here. Pull back, and we've got this piece done now. So with that, I'm going to do a file, save as, toasting tutorial, and just close it out. Okie dokie then, and back over to Max, and we're going to load up our newest piece. Turn round. As you can see, our borders on the inside isn't done yet. Also, the lighting on this isn't right. I'm not too happy about that, to be honest. Let's go in and have a look. I mean, it's not essential for me to get it right, but I do want it to look okay. Have a look at that. My dodge tool. Let's get rid of highlights on the edges here. Okay. Slight improvement. I'll still have to work on those though, because the lighting's a bit off, and it will show up. Okay, going to hit render, and we'll come back to this in the next part. Thanks for watching.